Filmmart returns its full physical program post the COVID pandemic. Instead of live streaming, the event will, however, also be recorded and become available as video on demand a bit later. The festival will pay special attention to animation, which is really growing in Africa. This year's theme is African Constellations. For more now, we're joined by Lethiwe Mdluli, who's gone to find out more about this year's edition. A big move for it to come back to a face-to-face getting together. Lethiwe, what can we expect?
Well, Marcel, as you can see from right behind me, a lot of exhibitors have started exhibiting. The festival started on Friday, and it is expected that it's going to end tomorrow. But of course, like you mentioned, to this year's basically focus is animation. And to tell us more about it, I'm now joined by Magdalene Rady, who is the director of the Durban Filmmart. I want to bring her in just so that she can explain what we can expect this year. Magdalene, thank you so much for joining us at eNCA. Take us through this year's focus on animation. I know that it's growing in Africa. Take us through why you've decided that this year you're going to be bringing back the Durban Filmmart on a full physical event.
Thank you very much. So the Durban Filmmart is a co-production and finance market, and for us it's very important to link projects that are in development with financiers, distributors, streamers, broadcasters. So this platform is where both the animation projects, live action projects are able to pitch to them. We feel that animation is rising in the continent, and everyone wants to hear the beautiful stories that Africans have to say. So this is our platform to bring that to the fore. This is our platform to bring animation projects that are in development and are looking for financing. We deal with many issues, not just in animation, but in live action. And what's happening today is we see with AI is coming in very strong. And how is that affecting the film industry? So we deal with many issues, not just in animation, but filmmakers who are wanting to connect with streamers. This exhibition space allows them to connect on a one-to-one basis.
I know that there's 28 projects that have been picked up, and they are still in developmental phase. And those filmmakers will get a chance to get funding and also get their work to be shown across the world. Tell us more about that. What do filmmakers have to do, or how do they pitch their work? How do they get to this stage?
So we did a whole process at the beginning of this year where we put out a call throughout Africa. We had over 200 applicants come in. We selected 10 projects in documentary, 10 projects in fiction, and 8 from animation. We then took those projects through a process of mentorship, getting them prepared for the market, getting them prepared on how do they pitch their project, how do they package their project, what our funders want to see, what do the streamers want to see. At the end of it, we brought them here in person, and we're very excited that we're in person again. And they had 7 minutes to pitch their project, and another 7 minutes for question and answer from decision makers. And today, after having pitched over the last 2 days, today and tomorrow, they're having one-to-one meetings where they have this opportunity to delve deeper into their project, answer the questions, and yes, get the funding that they need.
I know that there's global producers, people that are willing to finance these African filmmakers and creators. How important is it to have these people here, and how are they going to be then adding into the film industry here in Durban and also in South Africa and the African continent as a whole?
So for us, visibility of African projects is very key. The reason why the international communities are here, international festivals are here, is to see what content is coming out of Africa, what content we presenting in the pitch forum. So these projects now get followed by the different festivals, international festivals. So when the project is completed, these programmers get the opportunity to take the these completed projects and show them in their festival. Just recently, in May, was the Cannes Film Festival. We had 2 projects that pitched 3 years ago at the Durban Filmmart, was now screened at the Cannes Film Festival. And that's a huge achievement for Africa. In terms of investment for South African and local filmmakers, we know that the film industry drives the creative economy. And with our platform bringing in these international financiers, then these projects get financed, jobs are created, and the exposure of what's happening in our city, in our country, in our continent is shown across the world.
And lastly, the theme for this year is African Constellations. Take us through why this theme, or why you picked this theme for this year.
So talent for us is very important, and talent is not just the actors, it's the film, it's the producers, it's the directors, it's the film crew. Every single person in the ecosystem adds to what we are saying is the bright stars that are shining in our continent. We want to put that forward. We want the world to see that we in Africa have a lot of talent to offer, and people need to look at what Africa has to offer.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I wish that next year all the other filmmakers should come to Durban and celebrate with us what we have to offer.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Well, Marcel, there you have it from Magdalene Rady, who's the director of the Durban Filmmart, just basically taking us through what this year is all about. I know that 28 projects have been picked up, and those 28 projects, those filmmakers are getting a chance to sit down with financiers, like Magdalene did say, and they'll get an opportunity to learn more on how they can take their work forward and also just show it to the whole world. So it's a really great initiative for filmmakers across the African continent. We will get a chance to speak to more people and more creatives about their work and find out where they want to go in future.